I've been keeping my eyes on Billy Donovan and the Chicago Bulls, especially Billy Donovan. And I want to talk about like Billy Donovan's state of mind right now. Got to be like deja vu. Let's talk about it. But you got to hear the music first.
Cognac, gang.
Shy Boys Podcast with the Cognac Boys. I am Cognac Boy CDubb, holding it down on another daily episode of Shy Boys Podcast. If you like what you're listening to, make sure you hit that like button and punch that subscribe button. Let's get into the content. My boy Billy Donovan. There he is. He rebelling right now, I think, in my opinion. He is rebelling. The Chicago Bulls play the Sacramento Bulls later on tonight, 8 p.m. Central Time. And a lot of my questions on if Billy Donovan is a rebel, it's an NBA rebel, will be answered by the time this game ends. Like, is this thing really a tank job, Billy Donovan? I mean, the roster construction reads tank. AK's comments after said trade reads tank. Go out and do your best. That's what the Chicago Bulls front office advised Billy Donovan. I can go out on a limb and say Billy Donovan doesn't like this job right now. That's my opinion. When Billy Donovan parted ways with OKC, there were reports that he hinted that he didn't want to coach on a rebuilding team. Y'all remember that back in 2020. That was his last season, 1920, the last season he coached the OKC Thunder. They traded away Russell Westbrook and Harden and those guys, which Billy clarified later and said he wasn't clear of the direction of the OKC Thunder was going. Tomato to me. That means you don't want to coach no young team, because obviously the OKC Thunder was on the youth movement. And he added that all he did was develop players in college. Really? Is that really all you did? Is develop players in college? There may be some truth to that. There may be some truth to that. It may be. I ain't going to beat him up over that. Fast forward is 6 years, and the Thunder are reigning and defending champions. And Billy Donovan is kind of in the same position he was back in 2020 with the OKC Thunder. Same position. OKC at least had SGA, and yeah, who knew this kid would be an MVP and lead this team to the NBA title? All the while, Billy back in Chicago. You know the story. He had a good start. Lonzo Ball got injured, and it starts snowballing from there. Billy has to be experiencing deja vu. No clear direction helped in part by winning a very losable game in Phoenix. Just like I said. I mean, this roster construction reads tank. AK's comments after all of those trades reads tank. But in a game where you don't have your key players playing, you go out there and do what you wasn't supposed to do, and that is win the game. You would think. With no Giddy, no Buzelis, no Jalen. And the Bulls led throughout. Great IQ play by Trey Jones at the end of the game, by the way. That bring me back to like Magic Johnson when he did those type of plays back in the day. Keep your eyes on Billy Donovan, man. Not just for tonight's game, but for the remaining length of the season. In my opinion, Billy Donovan has an impatient ambition. And I'm going to make the claim because of his coaching style and what he's done thus far as head coach in his league. Billy Donovan ain't happy with this direction with the Chicago Bulls. He the reason, in my opinion, DeMar Vooch was on the Bulls for so long. Even though the energy was like, it's time to move on. Billy, I think you were the one that spoke up for these guys and kept them on this team for 2 to 3 years more than they should have been. There were deals on the table. There were first-round picks. There were young players available. Also, Billy Donovan with the OKC Thunder, he wanted to keep Chris Paul. He wanted to keep Chris Paul, and it's more to his algorithm. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry I had to use that word. That's his algorithm. He like experienced veteran players. He ain't not into slowing the pace of his coaching career by having to develop young players. Like I said, Billy wanted to keep Chris Paul on that Thunder team. Look at his developmental track record with the Chicago Bulls. Adama Sanogo, Dalen Terry, Julian Phillips. We don't know where these guys are. And did they get a fair shake at it with Billy Donovan? That's debatable. Again, Billy like seasoned, veteran players. DeMar DeRozan, Vooch, Chris Paul. Thunder fans are lucky Billy Donovan didn't get a chance to sink his teeth into Lou Dort. Because he coached them for a season. You're lucky. He could have got that Dalen Terry treatment. And what I said this put this video out is, let's keep our eyes on Billy Donovan. Because in my eyes, he's seeing deja vu right now. And he do not like it. I know some of you guys will be happy about hearing this type of take. But this is just my opinion. Let's see what happens. This has been CDubb from Shop Bulls Podcast with the Cognac Boys. Make sure you hit that like button, punch that subscribe button, and I'll see y'all on the next one. For sure.
Cognac. Gang.